I'm Derek, and this is my approach to the double stroke roll. The secret of the double stroke roll, in my opinion, is to not play the two strokes of the double stroke roll in two motions or big arm motions like 1, 2. Instead, you're playing one big arm motion and two strokes. 1, 2, and the second one with the fingers. And in this video, I will show you how to learn these techniques. I will show you my double stroke approach with match grip, because I'm a match grip player and I've never played traditional. But I think there are a lot of videos or tons of videos in the internet where you can learn double stroke roll with traditional grip. The next step is to find the right fulcrum or balance point, and I would recommend in the beginning to balance the stick between your thumb and your index finger. Sometimes I play between the thumb and the middle finger or all three fingers. I play in this video with this grip, and the other fingers I will wrap smoothly around the stick. Okay, so that's my grip for both hands. The first exercise is to hit the pad with the stick and let the rebound of the pad throw back the stick in your hand. Okay, I will demonstrate. From the side. From the other side. As you've noticed, I opened all of my fingers. If you don't open the index finger, then this will happen. Okay? The stick will bounce back, but will fall back into the resting or starting position. But for this technique, we want the stick to bounce back, that it can stay here in this position. And therefore, you have to open also the index finger. And playing now this big motion or these big motions, sometimes depends on your hands. Only these two fingers are connected, maybe a little bit the ring finger are connected with the stick. But later when we're speeding up, all fingers staying in contact with the stick. Okay, so again, open the hand. And for me, it's more like a passive motion, because I let the arm and the stick fall down. It's all gravity, and the rebound of the pad will throw back the stick. So then I just have to control a little bit the stroke, but it's not very much effort. Be careful that the wrist and the forearm is straight, that you don't do that. That you're pushing back your wrist from the side or something like this. It's straight. And the movement comes all from the rebound in connection or combination with the drumstick. Don't do this. The same things, of course, you're practicing with your left hand. Take your time and play this very slowly, and take your time to observe yourself and get the technique right. So it's now time to move on to the second movement. And as I mentioned before, the first one for me is like a passive motion. I will let fall down the arm in a controlled way, and the rebound in combination with the stick opens the hand. And now it's time for the second stroke. It's a combination of a snapping motion. Now it's more active, and move the arm and the stick upwards. I will divide this motion in two motions, so it's snapping and closing the hand and moving up. Again, first stroke, like passive and open stroke, and the second stroke, active, up. I will demonstrate now the second part divided in two motions together in one motion. So I play the first one, and the second one, it's snap motion combined with a upward motion. It's again down, open, and up and snap. Again. I will show you from the side. So the first one, open, passive, hand is open, not this, you stay like this. Then the first part, snap and move back up. Again. Open and close, and at the same time you're moving upwards. For me, in the beginning, it helps a lot to stay with the end of the stick, to stay in contact here with the palm of your hand, and not play with an open position. So when you move upwards, the hand is closed softly, okay? And then you're open. And then I move again back up and still have contact with the stick. The stick is in contact with the hand, open, again. Now we're coming to the next step. The starting position now is not here, just 1 or 2 inches above the pad. No, it's up here, because we have to train our reflexes to move the hands back upwards. So the next step is to play 2 strokes per hand, or 1 motion of the double stroke with one hand. It's not important to play in a regular rhythm or steady pulse. It's just about combining 2 hands and the motions. We are here starting and back to the top with the left hand. Again with the right, left. And after a while you can try this. You can play 2 strokes as close together as you can, or as fast together as you can. So and that you train again the reflexes here in your hand, in your fingers. So the first one is to train the reflexes to move back to the top or upwards, and the next thing is to train the reflexes in the hand with the fingers. The next step is to play the same exercise as before, but play in an even rhythm. Let's start again here from the top, and now you're playing like try to play as even as possible, and listen to yourself is the second stroke per hand, is it as loud as the first one or is it softer? I would also recommend to play the second stroke, so the snapping motion and upward motion, a little bit louder or harder, that you train your muscles here in the forearm, in the fingers. That makes the double stroke roll in higher speeds sound more powerful and more even. So most of the times when you hear a not good sounding or not well sounding double stroke roll, it's most of the time the problem that the second stroke is softer than the first one. So I will demonstrate a not good double stroke rolls. It doesn't sound good. We want to that it sounds very even. Okay? I would recommend to play this exercise with a metronome. For example, that you play for about 1 minute in one tempo, then after 1 minute you speed it up for about like 5 beats, play it for 1 minute, speed it up for 5 beats, and so on, so that you have a workout program for the double stroke roll, maybe about 5-10 minutes. Or the other way to practice this is to play or practice without a metronome and speed up the tempo all by yourself. So you're starting very slowly and increasing the speed after a while and find your top speed. That will take time, and you have to be very patient to master this exercise. I would recommend to practice the double stroke roll on different drums or pads. For example, I demonstrate here on a very bouncy rubber pad. I also recommend to play it on a very soft pad, so for example the moongill pad, that you don't have any rebound. You have really work with your fingers and your muscles here. Or on the drum set, on different drums and cymbals, hi-hat, snare drum, all the toms, especially the floor tom, where you maybe not have a lot of rebound, and the other cymbals, the right cymbals, that you train your muscles and your muscle memory to play on different drums or pads. So I'm now playing again the double stroke from slow to fast, and one position is from the front and then from both sides, that you can observe my hands from both sides. And one thing you will notice is that the motions get smaller when I'm speeding up. So in the beginning I'm playing all with my arms, and after a while when I'm speeding up, the motions in the forearms become smaller and smaller, and later I'm only playing most of the time with my wrists. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Let me know in the comments what you think about. Goodbye.